Today we'll be flying the AV-8B Harrier over Syria from a cold and dark startup to providing CAS to troops on the ground. Hey guys, Emils here, and before we get into it, I decided to try something new with this video, starting from mission creation to how I record and write it. Let me know if you like this type of storytelling in the comments. Alright, let's get brief. Insurgency is running rampant in Syria, and the Syrian Islamic fighters, also known as SIF, have taken over multiple towns and even cities, destroying democracy and cutting off vital resources from Syrian citizens. An international coalition is trying to bring freedom back to Syria and take down these insurgency forces. While ground forces operate from FOBs across Syria, the air wing that patrols the skies and provides support operates from Incirk Air Base in Turkey and Akrotiri in Cyprus. There are eyes in the sky 24/7, and now it is our turn to patrol Sector Alpha 1 to 4 and provide support when needed. We'll be taking off from Akrotiri Air Base in the AV-8B Harrier, loaded with 1 Mark 82, 1 CBU-99 and 8 Sunni rockets, as well as 2 fuel tanks, so we can get there and back without refueling. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, it's 6 AM. It's time to start up our aircraft and head over for our patrol over Syria. So let's turn on our battery, our generator. Let's get the fuel running. And let's start our engine. There we go. Push the throttle forward. Let's put up our brightness here. Let's set it into night for now. Yeah, flaps. I'll turn on the flaps for you. Let's push the nozzles back just so those are in the right position. Let's set our lights into normal. Radio is on. We want to turn on our panel lighting. Right now it's bright, but that's because we're still in the hangar. Let's turn on our taxi lights, and I think we are ready to taxi. Line it up here on the center line. Perfect. Let's turn on anti-skid. Flaps are in auto. I think we're ready for takeoff. Alright. Put it into nav mode. Let's put this in standby auto and turn on our RWR just in case. Let's set up our EHSD on this side. Over to waypoint 1. It's gonna be quite a long flight. About 25 minutes. So for you guys it's going to be very short. While there might not be a lot to do during a 20-minute flight across the sea, there is something romantic about flying your favorite jet in the early morning. Just look at how the light hits those intakes. Very beautiful. And there's the sun, already coming up. Only bad thing is, in my very rushed morning, I forgot to change out my helmet equipment, so we only have NVGs, no visor. It's gonna be hard to see. Alright, we are entering Syria. That means we want to make sure that our countermeasures are ready. Our master arm slipped on just in case. We only have air-to-ground munitions. There shouldn't be any aerial threats, but just in case, of course, we do have our RWR. And let's turn off our position lights here, just not to give the enemy an easy shot at us, especially in this quite dark morning. We could be just a big bright light in the sky. After a couple more minutes, we have reached waypoint 1 and can announce our presence. Raven 1 on station, patrolling sector Alpha 1 to Alpha 4. So we have arrived. Let's switch to waypoint 2. We're going to be patrolling a couple of sectors here, and we'll be responding to any CAS calls that we might receive. Really, we don't do any scouting ourselves. We are not equipped for that currently. We don't have any targeting pod or anything. We can keep our eyes out of the windows just in case of any missile launches or stuff like that. We are flying over some more populated areas currently and might do as well in the rest of the patrol. Though most of it is over just the desert, so we should be pretty okay. While waiting for a close air support call could seem boring, there is a pretty nice view of the cockpit. Though soon enough, we got a call. Okay, there's a mission. We are under attack. We need CAS. TACAN 10X, use Mark 82s, then rockets. Danger close. Copy that. Right, let's turn on our TACAN here. X, transmit, receive. 10. Enter. Heading should be updated. 265. Alright. Danger close. Let's make our way there. We'll start flying in the right direction. And then we'll set up our weapons here. Okay, we should be flying in the right direction. Let's put our Harrier in altitude hold. Let's set up our weapons here. So we need stores. They said start with Mark 82, so we're going to start with Mark 82s. Let's set our fuse here. Instant fuse. Nose tail though. Nose tail instant. We have one Mark 82. And then in CCIP, we're going to be dropping them. After that, we have rockets. Let's make sure our rockets are set up. Quantity one at a time, that should be fine. CCIP, so we're good. Weapons are set up. Now we just need to wait for further instructions when you can get close enough to engage. Okay, deploying green smoke on our position. Insurgents are in trees across the river northeast of their position. Okay, northeast, copy that. That's more towards us. We need to look for green smoke. Let's turn off our autopilot here. There we go, green smoke and tracers. Okay, let's put it into air-to-ground mode. In the trees northeast, that's going to be over here. Across the river. And pickle. Get some rockets on target as well. We'll do a bigger run so we're not firing towards our allies. Let's fire some rockets over here as well. There are more insurgents approaching towards the river, so we need to do another rocket run there. River. I guess somewhere over here. I'm pretty annoyed with DCS because right before we reached the mission, the replay file broke, so I couldn't get the shots I needed for my vision. I guess there is a risk with a 2-hour-long mission. Still, I do hope that you enjoy the rest of this video. Good hits. Alright, we're out of munitions here. We have one cluster bomb, but that's not going to be enough to engage any other targets, so we're going to RTB. But first, we're going to complete another part of our mission today. And we need to set our attack can here to 30. Need to do a flyover of the FOB Paris. Those are the guys that were out on that mission there. Hopefully they'll get recovered somehow. Looks like their vehicle was destroyed in the combat. So do a little flyover here of their FOB to boost morale. Flyovers were an actual practice in Afghanistan to scare the enemy plus boost morale on the front line. Well, I don't know if FOB flyovers were a thing. I bet seeing that you have support from the skies was encouraging. Okay, 4 miles out. This mission is heavily inspired by the book Joint Force Harrier, which I recommend reading if you are a fan of this aircraft. I will leave a link in the description. I think that's it on our left. Hello guys. You guys are gonna fight another day. Alright. Let's punch out of here. We have 3,600 pounds of fuel left, which should be enough for us to return to base without needing a tanker. So let's just get up to altitude and RTB. Now, making our way back, I am quite worried about our fuel situation because we are gonna cut it close. We could have gone to the tanker, but honestly, I feel like we might have lost more fuel than gained in that scenario. So let's see if we can make it back onto the tarmac. We are a bit low here already. So brake. Yeah, we're low. I know. Do not have enough fuel for a go around, so we really need to get this in one shot. Alright. Downwind. Gear down. Gear's good. Yeah, we raised our altitude quite a bit there, downwind. Alright. Oh yeah, we are very high. This ain't the proper way how to land a Harrier, but when you're in a critical situation, this is how you do it. Alright folks? Just so you know, we put nozzles down 25 degrees, so we don't burn down the flaps. Throttle back. And let's try to stay on the runway. We went off the runway. Alright, nose wheel steering. Now, that was a poor landing on my part. Well, the rest of the flight was pretty good. Let's make our way off to the runway, to the left, and let's taxi to parking. This mission took me around 2 hours from startup to shutdown. Honestly, it was very rewarding and I felt accomplished after. I hope you guys enjoyed this sort of new editing style and let me know what you think of it in the comments. And also, let me know if you would like to see more missions like this. Alright, that's it for me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Alright. Oh my bloody god. The ejection seat handle wasn't... Oh my... I could have died.